So now I'd like to invite Shayan to have a quick chat about the Blues game. Another 4-0 routine win against the Eagles. Welcome, Shayan.
Hey, hi, Manan.
Yeah. Shayan, what were your thoughts on Chelsea in that game? Particularly performance from both teams in either half. What were your general thoughts on the game?
I think it was that classic example of a game of two halves. We often say in football. The first half, I think, was pretty okayish team. Both the teams were not being too aggressive. No proper penetration into the final third. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty lackluster, okayish from both sides. I think there was just one run down the middle from Kai Havertz linking up with Werner, who could have maybe scored a goal. But apart from that, no
Right.
remarkable feats as such. The second half, in contrast, I think as big teams do, they completely turned on. Ben Chilwell showing off his skills and the flair on the left hand side, making a point as to why Lampard was so aggressive in the entire transfer window to get him on board. I really liked on the right hand side Callum Hudson Odoi. I think he was very aggressive, very direct with his
Right.
runs and linking up with Tammy Abraham, which created a lot of difficulty for I think the Palace defense, and also led to I think one of the penalties or couple of them maybe. So pretty straightforward. I think, as you said, pretty solid performance both from the back of the pitch till the front. The defense looked sorted. The midfield, Jorginho, I think, keeping aside the penalties, he played a pretty solid role. And yeah, I mean, Werner and Kai Havertz maybe didn't have a pretty good day, but I mean, it's okay as long as you score 4 goals and you do not concede. I think Lampard would take it any other day.
Exactly, and that was a very valid point that you brought there. While Palace are not exactly known for their attacking prowess, Chelsea's defense looked solid and untroubled for a change. Do you think Lampard should stick with this back five? When I say back five, that includes Edouard Mendy as well. Should he stick with this back five going forward, or do you think there'll be more tinkering from him from game to game?
I think Mendy looked good, didn't he? I mean, considering he just came into the game with lack of match practice and everything, he looked pretty assured after I think Kepa's falls and etc. in the previous game. I think Lampard would be pretty happy with how Mendy has performed. Uh, I think the introduction of Thiago Silva, you could clearly see that day how the introduction of a good defender has on his partner, which in this case was Zuma. I think we all have been pretty cognizant of the fact that Zuma was, before that horrible knee injury, was supposed to be a very promising centre back. The knee injuries
Right.
always have a pretty bad mark on any player. So I think it was I really felt good looking at Zuma being that composed, and I can only contribute that to having someone like a very experienced Thiago Silva beside him, and that's what an experienced and a proven match winner like Thiago Silva brings on the table. He gives you that assurance, and he gives you that extra bit of composure. So pretty solid, I think, the centre back formation. Ben Chilwell, of course, I think we just said he was pretty nice. I mean, those lovely crosses into the box, his runs on the left sums up just absolutely what you desire from a modern day left back. As Piliketa, again, he's a absolutely brilliant servant of the game and to Chelsea. So looking at that, I think Lampard will be very happy with that back four, and I mean five if you consider the goalkeeper. The only player I think that Lampard might think of tinkering with in the back four is Reece James. Reece James had a Pretty solid start, I think, the first couple of games with that lovely goal from outside the box and then some assists. So Reece James is one I think Lampard would be willing to tinker with, just since there are a lot of games coming up with Champions League and with this tight schedule in the Premier League and etc. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't see any other player making that much of an impact, considering what we saw on Saturday. So yeah, I think this is what I think Lampard would be looking at down the line.
And while obviously it was sort of a routine win at the end, it did not have any particular standout moments. It seemed there was a bit of controversy for the second penalty when Tammy Abraham seemingly wanted to take it ahead of Jorginho, who is the regular taker at the club. What are your thoughts on the incident itself? Should Tammy Abraham have been allowed to, take that penalty, considering the scoreline was already quite emphatic at 3-0?
I wouldn't want to call it an incident as such. Very honestly, I think it was typically a reaction of a center forward or a striker who loves to score goals. I think every striker, the little sniff of goal that you give him, he would like to pounce on it. And certain
Mhm.
games where it's a high scoring and you haven't considered, and the mood of the players and the mood of the game is pretty strong, and you know that there will be another couple of goals before the end of 90 minutes. So I think Tammy just maybe just took a chance that why shouldn't I be on the score sheet, and
Right.
let's take advantage of it. But I think the important aspect out of that incident for me was the brilliant handling by the captain Azpilicueta. I hope for my captain
Agreed.
Harry Maguire learns something from him from that incident, because it is in such times that a football captain is very different from other games. He doesn't have a big role to play, but there are certain situations and small situations like this where you can stamp your authority, and he was bang in the middle, taking the ball away from Tammy and putting it in Jorginho's feet. You were the one designated. We have discussed this in the staff room, and it's something that we all rely upon you, even though you have missed one. So it's the backing that you need from your captain, and as a captain, you stomp your authority on the ground with your amongst your players. So it was brilliant to see as Pelikita's role. Um, but no, I wouldn't want to go too much into this incident. I'm sure all these guys are professionals, and they would have after the game they would have sat down for a beer and chilled on the scoreline.
Very, very true. It was refreshing to see Aspi, sort of nipping it in the bud before anything escalated. So, very, very, very good to see that. Final question for you, Shan. Chelsea have sort of had a mixed bag start. For all the signings they've made, it wasn't the exactly the start that we would have expected. But this was sort of a reassured win. No major incidents in terms of threatening goals, threatening to concede goals, and fairly comfortable scoreline. Do you think Chelsea can kick off from here and maybe go on a winning run, or do you think it's still a bit more consistency and proof, or more proof is required before we can judge this team?
I think Chelsea will now kick off. I think by the reactions that you got from the players in the second half and the mood, I think within the team, Lampard, he looked pretty happy. He was all smiles. I think Pulisic came on at around 70, 80 odd minutes. There is still Ziyech to come into the team, and I think the recruitment of Thiago Silva, which was a pain point for Chelsea with Christensen and all that vulnerability at the back. I think the more Silva plays at the back four, the more stronger he will get. And if you have a robust and a strong defense, I think that's the bedrock for any good team to go on and kickstart a good run of form. I see Chelsea, as you said, kicking on from here. And I have actually believe this during the entire transfer window. They have a pretty strong squad to challenge the top teams, and with all the resources that they have, I think the other teams will be in for big trouble down the line.
All right. Thank you so much, Shan. This has been fun.